to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Here's all the trim that go around the top. I've been putting all my screws and stuff that came off the trim in a Ziploc bag. And you can see this top been redone before. Put it over the old top. Guess we'll take the old top off first, then we'll remove we'll take the new top off, then remove the old top. Top removed. Well, the replacement top. I guess this is the original top here. Still gotta take it off. But here's the one that was on top of that top. I probably used that as the pattern for my canvas. Once I take this top off, I gotta get this padding off as well. That'd probably be a task there. Trying to remove this top. It's coming off, but it's taking me a little bit of time because it's padding, which I don't have to remove all of it because I'd be cutting out the majority of it. So I just cut that out when I cut the melt off. It's not as bad as most tops is up under it for rust. It's just surface rust there. It'll clean up pretty good.
One week later.
It's been about a week since I took the top off because I've been working on a Panoramic, Cadillac SRX Panoramic. Got it installed. Now next step is redoing the top. We're going with a canvas top, not vinyl. We took a vinyl top off, we're going with canvas. Let me, I got the material in the trunk, so I get the material out right quick and I'll show you what we're going with. Okay, here's the material that came off of it. They actually had two different layers of vinyl. I think this was maybe the factory, because the one that was on top of this, I already thrown it away. But you can use this as a pattern, bust it open, bust all the seams and stuff loose, then use it as a pattern. But sometimes the vinyl be done shrunk or stretched, so you might not get an accurate measurement. What I'm gonna do, see, I put this the canvas I'm going with. I'm gonna lay it up here, then I'm gonna get my measurements from the actual roof itself. It's gonna have a seam going from back to front on each side right here, a French seam. Also a seam going around here. But in order for me to do that, I'm gonna need a little bit more material because I'm gonna have to cut this in 3 pieces. I'm gonna have to cut it right here. Then I'm gonna have to use this half and cut it down the middle to put it on this side. Then I'm gonna need a whole piece to go in the back. So this is not gonna be enough. So I guess I get with the owner, see where he got this canvas from. If he got it local, I'll go pick up some, but if not, we might just gotta wait on it. We're gonna run short on the canvas, but I decided to just go ahead and start doing my French seam from the front to the back. And you see I got the old vinyl just laid up here. Give me an idea where I need to put the seam, front seam. Like I said before, you could just use this old fabric and do your patterns, but I like to make some fresh patterns on the car. So I got my masking tape here where I want my seam at. I just put this up there just to give me an idea. Then I remove the old vinyl. Once I remove the old vinyl, I'll just put my canvas up here. Let me show you some things you might need. You're gonna need some magnets. I got different magnets here. I got some ribbon. I'm gonna use this for a straight edge. And scissors and some chalk. Let me put this canvas up and we'll get started. What you want to do, you want to position your canvas pretty much even. I already got it cut long enough. Turn it around this way here. Go to this other side. Stretch it out. If you had a little help, it'll be a lot easier, but you can do this one man, no problem. Also, to be a lot easier on the inside, wind start blowing, might blow your material on the ground. And then we're gonna grab some magnets. Get these. That's what we're gonna get these for. We're gonna put. I guess we'll put it right there. Then you want to pull your material, get all the wrinkles out. You can put your other one here, but you gotta be able to see your tape, because that's what we're gonna go by. All right, we go to the other side, pull all the wrinkles out. Do the same thing with the front. Tape here. Then we're gonna, well, I just seen a wrinkle. I can put another magnet here, kind of hold it down. And grab one of these. These other magnets. Guess I use this one. And I use this one for the ribbon. Then we'll grab the ribbon. I got two, one for each side. We're gonna position our ribbon right there where the tape at. We can also just move the magnet over on top of the ribbon. We're gonna be tracing that one side, so we're gonna put it, I guess we'll put it in the back like that. Then we're gonna pull the ribbon tight, so to match up with the front there. That's the tape there. It ain't gotta be perfect because pretty sure ain't nobody tops pretty much the same. As long as you got a straight line, you're good to go. Then we'll do the same thing with the other side. You can see it's kind of off right here, so we're gonna lift it up. Lift it up and pull it tight. Drop it down. Yeah, that look good right there. Let's go to this other side and do the same thing. Go to the front and check it out. That side good, but I gotta do some work on this side here. Go to this back, lift it up, pull it tight, lift it up, drop it straight down. I think that's gonna be good there. And this is where the chalk gonna come in. We're gonna grab this chalk, get the step ladder. And we're gonna trace along this line of the ribbon. Take your time. You ain't gotta be in no rush. Might need to move this down some so I can get to it. We're gonna do the same thing with the other side. And that's what we're gonna, once we get the other side, I'll cut y'all back on. Now we'll take our scissors, where we made our chalk line, that's what we'll cut out. Let me remove these magnets so our baby, well, I keep them on that side in case the wind won't start blowing. I put a mark on the front and back just to show me where the end of the roof at, which I'm gonna sew all the way down, but I just wanted to know where the actual roof started at. We're just gonna cut out along this chalk line. See, I can use this piece I'm cutting off for the A pillar because I gotta wrap that too. And trying to blow on me. Grab another magnet. Hold this fabric down. It's kind of rough working outside, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, then I'll go do the on the other side the same thing. I'm not gonna show you that. I'm just gonna cut you off and cut you back on. Okay, I got that cut. Now we'll remove this middle piece and start working on the two sides. Move it out the way. I gotta cut the piece in half. So let me cut it in half and then we'll lay it out. Now on this one here, you got to make sure you got enough to cover all the way down here. So I like to put it a little bit farther than what it needs to be, just in case. And then we know we need to come. Well, what we can do, well, we'll do this both of them at the same time. We'll go ahead and cut it. So at least come right here on the other side, because that's where the tape line at. So we're just gonna cut from here, half for the material, then we'll use the other half on the other side. What I did, I just folded it in half. I'm just gonna cut down the fold. I got both of them laid out. Then we'll take the piece, the middle piece, throw it on top, make sure we okay, I got this should go up front. Find our tape line. Let me get it laid out, then I'll cut y'all back on. Okay, here we go. Everything look even. Now we're gonna take our chalk. We're just gonna draw some lines from one piece to the other. It's just gonna give us some guides when we start sewing it together. Make sure everything matching up, still in place. You want to use chalk, something that's going to wash off pretty easy. We'll do the same thing with the other side. After that, we're going to take our chalk and trace out, go along that edge from the other fabric. This string keep on getting tied up with my chalk. But y'all get the picture. Okay, now we'll take our scissors and cut out the access that we're not gonna need. But we're gonna leave a little bit to play with. So we're gonna probably cut this much out here. Cut it down because it's going down here. Also cut this back out. Pretty much that's all you gotta do. Then we'll go back and remove this and cut this here. Then when we'll get ready to start sewing the French seam, we'll have lines to mark it up where we need to keep the material at. That's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and finish cutting everything, take it inside, and do our seam. About to make my first stitch. I got pins holding my material in place. I'm using this console 206 RB-5. Okay, I got that stitch done. I just took my time. I ain't no professional, but this is what we got. Then we'll do the other side. Then we'll do our front seam. Same process as we did this side. I got both stitches done. Now I'll do my front seam. Here's one side of the front seam. Now I just got to do the other side. Both sides completed. Now I got to take it back outside and do the back. Before I move any further, I'm gonna put this back piece on. I gotta use my rivet gun. Goes back right here. Also got a CA glue it back together. All right, got that on. That's where I CA glued it at. Now we'll put our fabric back on, what we just sewed up. Lay it across the top. All right, got it laid out. Now what I do, this the edge here. It's gonna be a little bit thicker than this because I'm gonna put the Landau foam 1/4 inch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the line around about somewhere along here from the edge all the way around. Probably 1/4 inch from the edge. I'm gonna get my chalk. I got it somewhere out here. Here's my chalk line. I'll be cutting this here out. You want to make sure you got enough to cover up this here. Let me go ahead and cut that out. Okay, that's cut out. Now we'll grab our other piece for this back, place it in place. And on that piece there, we just gonna trim it out right at the edge of this here. It's starting to rain on me, sprinkling. So let me try to hurry up and get this done. Okay, I got the outline and chalk. Now we'll cut this out. It done started raining, you see. But we'll cut this out. Then we'll move to the next step. What I did, I just threw the canvas that I had on the top over the one I just cut out. Now we're gonna take our chalk, just draw some lines like we did before, so we'll know where to match everything up at when we start stitching. Back in the lab, about to make my final stitches. I got the middle stitch done. What I'm doing now, I'm folding this back, folding it back, and I like to put some glue on it just to hold it in place. I'm using this weldwood contact adhesive for Landau foam with a small brush. Once the glue set up, I just fold it back. Then I'll be ready for my front seam. Like I'm ready for my final stitch. With my final 2 stitches, I gotta do this front seam. All the stitching is completed. Now we'll go outside and move to the next step. Back outside, I took the roof out. Now it's time to put the Landau pad on. We're gonna put the Landau pad right up under the canvas top. It goes to this spot here, down here, all over the top, and down the 8 pillar. And let me show you. I usually use some 1/4 inch pad, but I'm using 1/8 of an inch. And the reason why, you can see the thickness, the difference. The reason why, if I use this 1/4 inch, if I didn't have a panoramic or roof in it, see, if I use this pad here, it's gonna sit up, the canvas gonna sit up a lot higher than the glass. And I got the glass maxed out for it to go up. So I'm gonna use that 1/8 of an inch padding. It should be fine. It's just not thick, but it ain't thick as this 1/4 of an inch, but it'll work. So we're gonna clean this top off, make sure we ain't got no debris up under it. And then I get all the stuff I'm gonna need for is my spray guns and stuff and the glue. Here's the compressor I'll be using. $6-gallon. And the gun, the velvet start line. And here's the contact cement, weldwood, contact adhesive, Landau top and trim. So now I'm gonna take some old sheets and blankets and cover up the car. Okay, all the covering up done. I'm gonna use a piece of cardboard, like when I start doing around the glass, to keep it off the glass and on the inside. But you pretty much can control where this glue going pretty easy. It ain't like paint where it go everywhere. But on position my Landau foam, these magnets come in handy. If it's just you ain't got no help. It'll hold everything down. Now I cut the foam somewhere right here. That'll give me enough for the top. All the glue down. At first I was just gonna do the outer edge, just where it's gonna be at, but I gotta use the inside for this part back here. It's gonna be 3 pieces. That's why I went ahead and done all that. Now I'm doing it by myself, so if you're doing it by yourself, I suggest you go get some old sheets or something so you can put it in between the Landau foam and the roof so it won't stick before you want it to stick. So I'm gonna put a sheet. I'll probably start back here, putting it down. So I'm gonna put a sheet right here, also on the other side, so the foam don't stick to it. This wind trying to blow, so I need to hurry up and and get it laid down. I'm gonna position it up here first, make sure I got enough. Then I'll take it. That should be plenty there. See how it's sticking. Make sure I got enough on this side. Yeah, that should be good. You want to start in the middle. Make sure you got that middle down. Then work your way to the end. See where I put the sheet in between so it can lay on it. It won't bun. So I get ready for it to bun. Let me put something on this here. It's trying to blow up on me. It came too far for it to blow up. We'll get the razor blade and trim out the rest of it. See if I can find a blade. There's one here. Right against that lip, you'll be good. Good stuff about this Landau foam, you could sand it and shape it up however you want it. Alright, I'm gonna finish doing this here. I ain't gonna show you the rest of it because it's gonna be pretty much the same. Here's the Landau foam. That's where I had to piece it together at. If your ends ain't smooth and flush, you can take some sandpaper and sand it down. Punched out the holes for the emblem. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put some glue on the Landau foam. Also on the back of the canvas. Down the A-pillar. I cleaned that glue that was off that, the old glue. Alright, let me get my gun and we'll spray this, then we'll spray the fabric. I decided to go ahead and do the A-pillar first instead of doing it at the end. That way I could, once I do both A-pillars, I mask them off so I won't get no glue on them. But I'm gonna use a brush just to do this A-pillar, brush the glue on. So I ain't gotta worry about spraying glue and getting up on the body panel. Get me a piece of cardboard in case it starts dripping. This is actually the following day. I had to run and do something yesterday, so I couldn't finish. And it's kind of windy today. But we gonna get it done though. Okay, we're gonna put this sheet with a shower curtain over it so we don't stick some parts too soon. We're gonna start down here at this bottom here. See, I got a piece cut out. That's where the screw at, where you can't get to. We're just gonna pull it down tight as we can. Make sure it's straight there. Then we'll just stretch it out. And go to the other side here. Make sure flush down up in there. Once you do that, you can just start trimming it. Find me a razor blade. Hope I got a sharp one out here. I just seen one. There's one over here. Just my luck, it's dull. But we're gonna trim it right here with this Landau foam. Store that. Yeah, I think it's dull. Alright. Got some more blades. Always good to have good sharp blades when you're doing this here. Just gonna cut along this windshield, the glass, then we'll trim it out from there. Just fold it over. Alright, once that trim go there, you'll never see the cut line. Let me finish the other side. Alright, got that finished. Now I'll cover this up. We'll get ready to start doing the top. I brought my canvas just to test fit it before I put the glue on the backside. You want to do this first because once you put that glue on, you ain't got too many tries to put it in place. See, I took my chalk. I got some pink chalk and some white chalk. I used the pink on the Landau foam and the white on the canvas. See, I made me some marks on each side so I somewhat know where to position it. Same way with this side here. Now I'll take it back off and put the glue on it. Here's all the glue. I went back and cut this back part out right here because it's not needed. And I also put some relief cuts here in case I gotta pull it, because that's where the panoramic at. So now we're gonna take it over. Let me take you over here. I put some the blanket I had on the hood and the deck lid I laid up there. First, you want to start right here. Once you get that seam there laid down, then you get the other seams laid down. pretty much got the top down. Now I'm going back trimming everything out and putting glue. I got to put some glue right here and fold this over. Also trim this here out, trim the opening for the panoramic out, and fold this here over, cut this out. left is wrapping this piece on the back glass and putting the trim on. So let me take care of this, then I'll cut y'all back on. Here's the last pieces of the puzzle. I painted these yesterday. I just gotta unmask these two pieces here and install the trim on. Here's the results. Y'all get in the comment section, tell me what y'all think about it. Panoramic installed. French scene.
Stop. Right from the bottom to the top, from the ground up. We right never stop. Right from the